Hey y'all, today we're going to be making a quick lunch and we're going to do it using some leftovers, and I have my handsome son John who's actually going to do the tutorial for you. So stay tuned for some nachos using leftovers, whatever you have on hand. A quick, good lunch or supper or snack.
Or snack.
Or snack. I'm Miss Katie.
And I'm John Boy.
Okay. This is our oldest of our three littles, and so John Boy is not so little anymore. So John loves to help in the kitchen. You're good in the kitchen, I have to say. You're very helpful, and I'm trying to give him more and more responsibility and opportunities in the kitchen. One reason, actually probably the main reason I wrote my cookbooks that I wrote, and when I wrote the first one, I didn't even have any idea anybody outside the family would ever see it, honestly. I mean, I wrote it with the memories and the stories for my family and my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and so forth as my legacy. And then I started having friends that said, I want a copy, I want a copy. So that's how that came about. And then now I've written my second cookbook, and it's called Supper's Ready, Let's Eat. And I'm working on my next cookbook, my third one. But this cookbook I wrote with my children in mind as well, because I wanted to be able to say, you know, find so-and-so recipe in my cookbook, the ingredients are in there, figure it out, make it, because I'm doing something else. And so that is what John has been very good at, I have to say. So what are some of the things you've made? Hash brown casserole, you've done that just by reading the cookbook.
Nachos.
The nachos. Let's see, little Missy the other night made white lasagna by herself. There's other things I can't think right off.
I've also made white lasagna. Some kind
yes,
of lasagna.
the lasagna for you. But there are other things you've done as well. So this is not just a cookbook for beginners, but it is for every stage of cook. Well, on page 73 of my cookbook, Supper's Ready, Let's Eat, we have we have nachos from leftovers. And John is going to pull that together for you. I'm going to let him tell you what he's using today. But we thank you for joining us here at Heritage Ways, where we like to share content that honors the home, celebrates heritage, spreads hope. And part of that spreading hope and honoring the home is bringing you recipes, family favorites or frugal recipes, and just things that can bring the family together and honor that institution, the family. All right, John. First thing, why don't you talk about the ingredients, but let me talk about the meat first. You can use leftover whatever meat, right? I mean, I've got this leftover chicken. We're not using this today, but I pulled it out of the fridge to show that you could just use this. And also, John, you know, you could use leftover just pot roast shredded over it, or ground beef. So those are things we haven't done before, but just to teach you that, just so you'll know. And this time around, I just have this package of pre-made barbecue from Aldi. So why don't you talk about the other ingredients? If you want to hold the ingredients up and kind of tell what you like on your nachos that you're making for lunch today.
Alright, so we have the barbecue. Barbecue's pretty good, but yeah. And then we have the chips, which you have to have on the bottom, otherwise it's not nachos.
Do you think there's a certain kind or shape or whatever that's best?
Not really, because I can't really taste the chips.
Well, I bought these. I bought this particular bag because I felt like these chips were heartier. You know, some chips you get are thin and crispy. In fact, there's a brand, it's not at Aldi, but I really like it because when you're eating chips and salsa, it's a really thin and crispy chip, but I feel like it needs to be heartier with my nachos, don't you? You don't want it to fall apart when you're trying to pick it up. Do you think that's true, or you don't care what kind?
I don't care what kind.
Well, these are the round, heartier. They are the organic yellow corn chips. But carry on then.
And then we have our cheese, which you have to have cheese, otherwise it's not nachos either. I like a lot of cheese.
Again, this is mozzarella. It is all we have today. That's not ideal. We usually would want, what kind do you think?
Usually do Colby or
cheddar.
Or cheddar.
Or if you wanted, I don't have this written in the cookbook, but you know those cans of what I call fake cheese, the cheese sauce. Mm-hmm. You like it. Owen loves that stuff. You could get that and pour that over it too, I guess. But this is mozzarella, and again, we're making nachos from what we have today. Okay?
And then we have jalapenos. I don't eat jalapenos. They're way too hot. All jalapenos are hot. So
to you they are. Now these are my candied jalapenos. So you can serve these on the side. I love these. You can serve them on the side and...
So we have pork and beans. The best ingredient.
You think so? You like that on them?
You have to have pork and beans. It's pork and beans.
Okay.
So there's your pork and beans.
One thing we don't have out is a chopped onion. We're not going to do that today, but I personally do like that. You can do chopped green onions. You could do olives if you want to do. But something we do have in the fridge that we didn't pull out is sour cream. So if you want to use, you like sour cream, dolloped on it after the fact. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring y'all in and kind of get a close-up of how John builds the the nachos. I will say it's not good leftover, and I don't like to waste food. So we're going to have to figure out how much we need. So what do you think for, I'll eat them 2 today for lunch. So you think the whole bag?
The whole bag.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for making lunch today. I do want to thank you for watching, and I hope you will follow the links down below. We've got all kinds of links in the description box for you. Links to the website where there are more recipes and all kinds of information at the website. There's a search bar if you want to search for something in particular at the website. There's links in the description box to my cookbooks and our newspaper, the journal. Learn more about us through Patreon and all kinds of links down below in the description box. Without further ado, let's bring it into John. Thank you.